Nautical style is perfect for spring and summer. It has a tasteful color palette, classic pieces, and unique details that look good on almost every man. In this video, I'm going to break down each and every element of nautical style so you can wear it for yourself. Some of these pieces you may already own, some of them may be totally unfamiliar to you, but I want to tie it all together and help you create this aesthetic in a way that works for you. So let's begin by looking at the different types of pants that you can wear with nautical style. White trousers are an undisputed staple of the nautical aesthetic. White pants are a sign that spring has finally arrived, and they bring everyone's attention to your outfit. They're also a fundamental not only of this style, but of the old money trend and classic menswear. There are several fabrics you can choose from with your white pants. On very hot days, you might want to go for a breezy pair of linen trousers. White chinos are a very versatile option, made from a slightly hardier fabric that will also look a little more formal. Or you could even wear a tasteful pair of white jeans. Don't just stick to the stark white color. Off-white and stone shades also work really well with this aesthetic. For your other pants, consider chinos and linen trousers in blue, navy, and Nantucket reds if you're feeling bold. The nautical aesthetic also allows for the wearing of shorts in a tasteful way. If you've spent much time around guys who enjoy sailing and yachting, you'll know they love wearing shorts. Pick up a few pairs of cotton and linen shorts in navy, off-white, khaki, and red. Ensure that these shorts have an inseam length of no more than 9 inches, because anything that goes past your knee will fail to look sophisticated. Button-down shirts made of Oxford cloth and linen are your best friend if you want to wear the nautical style this spring and summer. Wear these tucked in with a pair of chinos or shorts and a good belt, and you're already better dressed than 90% of men. I recommend beginning with shirts in solid white and blue, and then some striped variations that combine these two colors. An undisputed essential for the nautical aesthetic is the Breton top. This design was first created in 1858 for the French Navy, and it has been an essential part of seaside style ever since. The most classic way to wear this design is with a long sleeve crew neck top, but you can also find rugby shirts and polo shirts with these signature stripes. Breton shirts look great when paired with the right blazer, which I will come onto in just a moment. You can also wear a polo shirt as part of the naval aesthetic. Personally, I love Johnny collar polos. That's a polo with no buttons. Again, stick to the color palette of white and blue and navy. As you may have noticed, these colors are a huge part of what makes the nautical aesthetic. On those cooler April and May days, it's often necessary to wear a jacket or layer with knitwear. The undisputed king of nautical style is the double-breasted navy blazer. This style borrows from naval uniforms and has been the go-to piece for a gentleman near the water for decades. You may also want to wear a single-breasted navy blazer, and for the summer I would recommend a stone, linen, or cotton jacket. This will be perfect for layering with a blue linen shirt, a polo shirt, or a Breton top. It's a great look when you need to dress up for dinner or cocktails, but you still want to look relaxed and summery. Knitwear works perfectly with the nautical aesthetic, and it's great because it's so easy to take on and off. And if you're being a gentleman, you can lend it to your lady when it gets a little cold. A good first piece is a crew neck cable knit sweater, also known as a fisherman knit sweater. You could get one in a neutral color like oatmeal or brown, navy, or off-white. Although it doesn't originate from coastal areas, the cricket sweater can be used to create the nautical aesthetic. You will typically find these in navy or white. When it comes to styling your knitwear, avoid wearing a tie with a crew neck sweater because it's going to hide too much of the tie. Save that for your v-neck like the cricket sweater, although of course you can also wear this without a tie. When it gets a little too warm to wear your sweater, drape it over your shoulders. This creates a nonchalant, elegant look, although some people do find this offensively pompous. Even a cardigan can be worn as part of the nautical aesthetic. Go for the chunkiest, coziest cable knit cardigan that you could find. Even one that's double-breasted. I grew up in a seaside village, and there was a big tradition of yachting and sailing, and all the old sea dogs that you'd see in the pub used to wear these. In my opinion, the cardigan works best when worn with a tie. Most shoes in this style are worn without socks, although you can also wear no-show socks to create the same look while being a bit more hygienic. Boat shoes are the obvious choice, but in my opinion, they're not the best choice for a young man. Most people will agree that boat shoes are more for an older gentleman, and women almost universally dislike boat shoes, especially if they're worn not actually on a boat. I prefer a pair of canvas sneakers like these by Sperry. More youthful, but still appropriate for this aesthetic. You could also go with a pair of loafers in suede or leather. Look for options in tan, blue, and even white. Typically, I would recommend wearing your sneakers for more casual activities like walking along the promenade in the day and getting ice cream, and then pull out the loafers for dinner in the evening. For those days by the beach or the pool, a more elegant alternative to flip-flops is a pair of espadrilles. Some like to wear espadrilles more day to day. The only problems there are that they don't offer very good support, and because they have to be worn without socks, they do build up odor quite easily. But there are several things you can do to combat this if you take some time to research it. Espadrilles are more of a cheap throwaway item compared to a pair of leather shoes that you would keep for several years and take good care of. Belts are a great opportunity to add some nautical style to the trousers and shorts that we spoke about earlier. A must-have is a braided belt made of woven leather or fabric. I suggest getting your first one in brown and then expanding to other colors. You can also have fun with some more unusual belts like a motif belt or a ribbon D-ring belt. And if you really want to go all out with the nautical aesthetic, check out the braided rope belt. As for watches, nothing makes more sense than a dive watch. You might want to change out the strap for a NATO strap. On your other wrist, you might think to wear an anchor bracelet, but I would advise you to consider the other elements of your outfit first. For example, wearing a Breton top, a braided rope belt, and an anchor bracelet all at the same time would be overkill. I recommend wearing no more than one of these slightly cliche pieces at a time. A more subtle way to introduce a naval aesthetic would be to wear a tie that has some kind of maritime design. Brooks Brothers and Ralph Lauren have some great options here. And because it's spring and soon to be summer, you will need a pair of sunglasses. I recommend a classic style like Club Masters or Wayfarers. Gentlemen, I hope you have enjoyed today's video all about nautical style. I want to hear from you in the comments. Do you like this aesthetic? Do you plan on wearing it this spring or summer? Or do you perhaps find it a little cliche and overdone? Just a reminder that the meetup event for this channel is happening on April 30th. Whatever style you want to wear to the event, make sure you RSVP using the link below. It's going to be a great chance to meet some like-minded men. We're meeting in one of the best whiskey bars in Chicago, and I can't wait to get us all together and do what I hope will be the first of many nights like this. Thank you for watching today's video, and I will see you in the next one.